Alright, so now I'm fully committed to this SH Iron Man line. And it's not because these things are amazing toys. It's because they made the Hall of Armor, and I gotta complete a Hall of Armor someday. Like, that would just be amazing in my toy room. And I don't know when Comic Cave is gonna make another one, or if they're ever gonna make another one, because they haven't made one in so long, I'm not real sure if they're over it or not. So this thing was really expensive when he first came out. Like, he has like 160 bucks on eBay. When he dropped down to like 120, that's when I hit the buy it now button, but I think I bought him a little too early because I've seen him for even less than that. So I don't know if he's worth 120, but we're gonna find out. Alright, so for accessories, he comes with extra flaps that you can interchange on his back. Comic Cave or on hinges, much nicer. Flying hands, these blast effects hands, they come with a pin. You plug that on there. That's decent. If you pull it off, there's like a peg there. These ones plug on the bottom of his feet. So you got just, you know, a couple. These are also the same accessories that they give you on all the other ones. And as far as scale goes, I don't know why he's smaller than everybody else. Like, he's under 6 inches. The Comic Cave and the Marvel Legends are right at 6 inches. I wish he was just a little bit taller. And there's really no comparison with this and the Comic Cave one. Alright, for a side-by-side comparison, here's the SH Figuarts, here's the Comic Cave. This thing is die-cast metal. It probably weighs at least 2 or 3 times more than this one. This one feels like a cheap plastic toy. This thing feels amazing in your hand. The blast effects are way better. He lights up. The articulation is actually better on this one than this one. And these things were actually the same price. I'm thinking this thing, I might have got this for $10 less than this. I think he was like $110. This is $120. And then as a side-by-side comparison with the Marvel Legends one, I mean, there's really no comparison here. Like, but this is a $22 toy, and this is a $120 toy. So you could have got a lot of these for the same price as these. So is he that much better? I mean, not really. Could I recommend you doing it? Not really. I mean, 22 bucks, 120 bucks. You tell me, is it worth it, or am I just stupid? Fuck it. We'll just say I'm just stupid. So this thing here, he comes with these flaps. You can pick these off the back, and you got to be really careful not to break this thing, because you probably didn't get it at Toys R Us or Target, and if you do break it, you got to send it back to Japan. They're probably not going to refund your money, and then you're pretty much screwed. So this flap comes off, and then you take one of these other flaps, if I grab the right one. Probably didn't. I think I did. And this plugs right in there, and I mean, it just kind of looks like his armor's peeling off to me. The Comic Cave one, this thing is actually on a hinge. I actually like it a lot better. Let me go ahead and put this other one back on, because that's how I'm going to display him. Because someday, hopefully, this guy's going to end up in a Hall of Armor as well. And then they got the bigger blast effect. This one actually has the peg on it. You can plug this in the bottom of his boot, just like so. But then they don't give you a flight stand for 120 bucks. So you got to provide your own flight stand, because he's definitely not going to stand on top of those things. So, I mean, he's definitely a cool toy. The articulation on this thing is just like all the other ones. We'll go over it real quick. It's got a ball here. It's got a lower joint at the bottom of his neck. The shoulder joints pull out. Tons of articulation there. On the shoulder pad, it has a hinge in it, so that thing will flip up. It has a bicep swivel, double elbow, the same wrist that's pretty much on every action figure out there. It does have an ab crunch, like these little pieces here, like kind of separate, like you can see where they like, you know, they like kind of come apart, which on the Comic Cave, this thing like actually you can pull it and it extends. This thing doesn't do that. On the thighs, they do pull down, so you can get tons of movement there. put it up like kind of when you get it where you want it. It also turns here at the upper thigh, double knee, and then the ankle. Well, it has the toe, and then the ankle goes up and down. I don't know if it has a pivot. I'm definitely not getting it. Up and down, and I guess it's swivel. Yeah, it does. It's kind of like on a little ball there. So not a lot of movement there. Actually took a minute to like loosen that thing up for a wood move. Here he is, 120 bucks. I can't recommend you buy this toy. Like these things, if you can pick these things up for like 50, I mean, I wouldn't spend any more than 60 bucks on these. Like I'm actually trying to go back and get the other ones that I don't have, but I just can't. I'm having a hard time spending more than 50 bucks on something like this. He's plastic. He doesn't light up. He's definitely a toy that I want in my collection. I mean, because it's going to be hard to put a $22 toy in a Hall of Armor. Hopefully I'm going to find those things for like 50 bucks or something. So it'd be hard to put this toy in a Hall of Armor that costs like 3 times more than him. This one, it's going to be a really nice setup when I finally get it together. Let me show you the collection. Alright, so here's my Iron Man premium collection. It's really turning out to be a nice set. Like this is definitely like a show-off feature in my toy room. Like this is kind of like my version of Hot Toys because I just can't get into the 12-inch figures, and fuck, who can afford those things anyways? So here it is. These two, they kind of mix right in with the Comic Cave. Looks pretty nice. That Hall of Armor is going to be amazing when I get like 10 more of those things someday, like right after I hit the lottery or some shit. There's the collection. Thanks for watching.